Turn 2, Global War 1939, playtest. Last turn was I talked about the Marseille French Navy when it was actually in Sea Zone 45 by Malta. I don't know if anyone even caught that, but I'm going to make mistakes when I'm inexperienced with this YouTube. Last video was also blurry at times. I'm learning how this works, so hopefully this one will be better. Now, Germany is fairly standard turn 2. They were not able to take Greece. And for 2 turns in a row, they have not been able to take Narvik. And it's not because anyone's too powerful. It's just they're too busy with their planes doing other things. But that Narvik has cost me $6 2 turns in a row now. Not even counting what I've lost, which is two infantry and a paratrooper. So I don't 12 plus 9, $21 over Narvik so far. This finish, I don't know what that spot's called. There were 5 infantry and an AA gun in there, or maybe 6. And the Russians tried to take northern Finland, Torin, and they lost both of their air transports because of the AA gun in there. Now, all of that is there in Finland. And Russia is probably going to lose it, which is going to end up stopping this bombing campaign by Germany. Germany did get the Atlantic Wall. They took a coastal artillery. I probably would have taken a Hedgehog, but I don't have any. And long game, if I have 3 coastal artillery there, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's a problem for Western Germany. Or I mean for the UK. It holds Western Germany, but the UK they have a lot of cleanup to do. I could have maybe taken London with 4 units from Western Germany and these planes and that plane, but I would have lost all my planes. If I take it, the US is in it. There's a chance I don't take it. It's just not worth the risk. So, Germany's, I guess it's not totally standard. Every game is a little bit different because usually Greece has fallen. Usually this bombing campaign doesn't happen. Usually Finland isn't this severe of a battle, and usually Narvik is taken. So every game is different. You just never know what's going to happen. Now let's move over to Japan. Japan, again, I'm doing a Russia first strategy. You could never even tell because it's mutually assured destruction here in China. Japan is actually no further. Actually, Japan is lost ground technically this turn against China. And Japan is all in China. Now, of course, China is almost out now. And Japanese units are finally starting to catch up. But the turn 4 or 5 of taking Novosibirsk, whatever it is, Novosibirsk, Uh, well, maybe I could do with these fast movers. One, two. Well, it's not. China's a lot tougher nut to crack than. I always forget how hard they are to get through. Once they're gone, they're gone. But um, now Russia has nothing over there. It's going to be cleaned up fast by Japan once they're in it. And Russia has, they did not go for the Baltic states, East Poland $5 bonus. They have a choice on turn one. You can, and I figured that out through experience. You can either go all in to Finland and try to take it round one, which I still didn't do, that little spot that they're in now in Finland. Or you can take the Baltic states and East Poland. I'm not sure which is better still. So it means both options are good in my opinion. You just can't do both. It's either or. Now the UK. The UK is bombed. They wanted to build a air radar tower, but they had to spend what $11 to fix their factory just so they could build 9 guys. So that's $11 plus 9 guys here that isn't elsewhere. Those guys will, who knows if they'll ever get off the land. There's just, UK has no navy. The UK made a sacrifice and they went all in Mediterranean because I like to get Turkey in it and I like to kick out Italy from Africa. I don't know if that's the optimal strategy, but it's just you have to make a choice. You know, Germany or Italy. And to me, Italy is the way to go, but who knows if I'm right. Uh, this spot is never going to be taken by Italy. I probably overbuilt those. I probably only needed 2. I don't even know if I needed 2. Probably only needed 1 coastal artillery. I really wanted to stay in there, and I'm in there. That's the what's left of the Italian Navy. The Italians are so weak that they couldn't even kill this lone destroyer because they're too busy. Held Greece again with the last remaining Greece unit. UK took Albania. So for 2 turns, I've used the Italian Navy to try to take Greece and Albania. And again, the strategy is open up holes in with Russia, with Italy, so Germany can pour through. And all Italy's been doing is fighting with their planes down here to hold on to that for the eventual battle, and then just trying to take care of Greece. So it's 2 turns in a row now, and there's just nothing left of Italy's navy. That's not even a navy. Yes, the UK could come in there and probably take it. They might this turn. I don't know. We'll see. I do have some interceptors down there. And if the UK does that, then they're doing less against the ground in Africa. Now, France took their transport in Gibraltar with their infantry and artillery that was from Marseille at one point, and they bailed out. I can't remember where the French stuff came from, but France ended up taking this spot, whatever that's called, from Italy. And Italy tried to take it back. It could be argued that it was not optimal to use a French transport and a French destroyer and just lose them there. But it saved that destroyer and it maximized the pressure on Italy. So Italy lost, they only lost two guys coming into Siren, we're going to call it Siren. But Italy's now is going to lose that destroyer. So it is keeping tiny pressure, and it kept those planes so busy that they couldn't take Greece. So Italy had to make some choices, and I think they made the right choices, of course. But let's see. All this is pretty standard. We got Liberia turn 2. Almost have the Middle Eastern bonus. I'll have it turn 3. I don't know if this is ever going to be dropped now because Japan's way out of position. I guess it could be dropped. We'll see. The UK is probably going to start getting cocky. All the money islands are now owned. A little bit of a buildup of a navy. That navy right there is obviously right there, but there's no men to back it up. I guess there are, but not enough to put Calcutta in any sort of danger. Calcutta first is smart, but it goes against my all-in Russia strategy. This is going to be cleaned up quick once it starts, but getting into Novosibirsk is tough. Let's see. Russia is going to die pretty quick, but the U.S. has this navy here. It's not a lot, but it's enough. Last turn, all the U.S. Lend-Lease made it. This turn, none of it made it. This is the Europe side. Other than that, this video went very long, so I'll stop.